Quiet on the set. Quiet. We're on the air. We're on the air. Quiet. Quintana Roo book promo. Take one. 3, 2, 1.
Lights, camera, author.
My name is Humberto Cortez, and I am a writer. Cancun is the largest city of the state of Quintana Roo. It is a playground with 5-star hotels as far as your eye can see. In there, amidst margaritas and Latin music and anything else under the sun, old money and new money exchange hands. I spent a great deal of time in Quintana Roo, mainly in Chetumal, the capital, as a consultant to the government. Quintana Roo is the second richest state in the nation, bringing in more income, second to oil. Here I am at a meeting. And this is the last picture I took of the governor at a party. And the next time, fast forward, I saw this just in May of 2010. Here is the familiar gesture, different circumstances. And here he is kicking and biting, trying to resist arrest. And then, well,
the higher you rise, the harder you fall, right? At least that seems to be the case with Lehman Brothers. The defunct bank is now being linked to a former Mexican politician, get this, charged with accepting bribes from drug cartels and then laundering his profits through Lehman accounts. Joining me for more details and perhaps an explanation, RT correspondent Marina Portnaya standing by for us in New York City.
And so, as it stands, the prosecution and the defense are preparing a case for what is expected to be the most sensational hearings of this century. A lot of laundry is going to be aired in these trials. We know the governor is a kicker and a biter, and he is not going to go down alone. Right now, it's been said that Fidel Castro is going to be exposed as in his dealings with the drug trafficking through the Caribbean. And many politicians in Mexico and businessmen and many foreign banks in Switzerland and offshore are going to be exposed. So thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you for making the promotion of my book easier. The Quintana Roo novel was conceptualized at the time that North America and President Clinton specifically was under a great deal of pressure. His re-election hinging on this in great part on this the NAFTA treaty, the North American Free Trade Agreement Treaty. And it was an item of great troubles as well for Canada, that was being criticized for joining this pact. But nobody, absolutely no one, pushed for this treaty to pass than President Salinas of Mexico. At the time, he was already being hailed as a great visionary and a man of incredible intelligence and foresight, but it all turned out, it all went south, really. So it didn't work out at all the way it was supposed to, and Mexico had a great crisis of '94, shortly after Salinas had left his administration, and added the relationship of the state of Quintana Roo with Cuba. It was a great deal of concern, and Castro, well, he would order food from the restaurants from the Ritz-Carlton and the Four Seasons, and the governor would ship it in his private plane so that he could entertain his guests. So that was an item that the United States didn't like it at all. But what about the book? Let's talk about the book. The book was based on it's all fictional. It's not an indictment on anyone, but it was this businessman American businessman who met this lady who was a top aide at the White House. They met and they fell in love. She was very much, well, she was in charge of all the information regarding NAFTA. So she had direct access to the top governments in Canada, Mexico, and United States. This man, Hubert, and her name was Heather. They have the most incredible, passionate relationship, and he had all the accoutrements that money can afford. Private planes, just anything that any billionaire could envision. He was not a billionaire, but he lived like one. And he loved life. He had access to private yachts through friends, always. And for a woman, it was just practically impossible to resist a man so charming and yet so rich. Her name was Heather, as I said, and she didn't have the millions. She was a high salaried person at the White House, but she brought plenty to the party, believe me. Look at her. So it was beautiful. She was beautiful and intelligent and well connected. And that's all he needed. Two people with money available, with access to information, and very ambitious. But making love and having a grand life was not all they did. They became a superb team. He was extremely knowledgeable about currency trading, and she had all the information they needed to pull a sting. When the peso took a dive, immediately they invested billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars that they have acquired. He had acquired from the drug cartel. They turned that into billions of dollars overnight. Easy, very easily done. Let's take a moment to talk about how this book is going to be sold. Basically, the book is already is ready to be published at Cambridge University Publishing House, and I have assembled a team that will help me to achieve this goal. So without further ado, let me introduce Julie, who will explain how book marketing is done in today's environment. Thank you.
AuthorHive, the world's first one-stop resource for successful book marketing, now offers yet another way to bring some buzz to your book. AuthorHive Video Services uses the power of visual images to create anticipation about new book releases, just like the coming attractions used to build audience excitement for the latest Hollywood blockbusters. What is it about video that makes it such a powerful selling tool? Studies have shown that people remember only 10% of what they hear and 20% of what they read, but they remember an astounding 80% of what they see and hear. And now, thanks to the power of the internet, anyone with a computer can preview videos about their favorite book topics online. With AuthorHive Video Services, you get the resources of skilled Hollywood professionals to bring your book to life. But you don't need a Hollywood budget with AuthorHive. For less than you think, we can create just the right video marketing message to fit your needs. And AuthorHive has a variety of video services available to promote your book. From author videos where you publicize your book in your own words, to exciting and eye-catching book trailers, to movie-style Hollywood trailers. AuthorHive can even get your video in front of potential customers on popular sites such as YouTube, Yahoo, Facebook, and others. Meanwhile, we'll announce your book to the media in video news releases. Imagine your book promoted using the same proven techniques as Hollywood movies, distributed to the world of potential readers through the power of the internet. Lights, camera, author.